Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Wife cheated, next steps, advice. Hello, I've been a lurker here for a little while trying to process infidelity in my life. Long story short, wife and I have been married 8 years, together 12 and have 2 small kids. This year has been tough and we have had our arguments but nothing that I would ever think would push my wife to cheat. Anyways, I noticed her lately being distant and being uncommunicative and decided to confront one evening. At that time, she said that she was not happy and couldn't feel a spark anymore. At first I freaked out on myself thinking I was being an attentive husband, truthfully an issue. However, the next day, I caught a very strange message on her phone that was extremely lovey-dovey. I took a look and then found my wife was messaging a man for a long time with lots of I love yous and plans for a future together. Ducking destroyed. Anyways, taking the advice of the many threads on here, I didn't confront initially. I actually read as much as I could, contacted a couple lawyers for advice, one now on retainer, and got my head on straight and calm. I confronted my wife a couple days ago calmly and asked if she was having an affair, and after a couple minutes, she admitted everything. Long story short, it's been going on for 6 months and she claims it's the deepest emotional connection ever. Complete bullshit, but whatever. To end it all, I gave my list of boundaries, cut off contact, MC, etc. The thing that I think is the final nail of an honest attempt to reconcile is that she got extremely aggravated with cutting off contact, especially when I told her to do it in front of me and even insisted to see him one last time for closure. I ducking held my ground and told her if he is so important, pack a bag and go live with him, to which she backed off, but not before she told me I was a controlling asshole. Anyways, she sent a text this morning and showed me, but my spidey senses seem to think she will try a different means of communication. I'm thinking there is no hope and I honestly don't want it at this point, but I just wanted to be able to tell my kids in 20 years I at least tried. We have MC tomorrow, but I'm thinking it's time to file before wasting any time or grief. I'm cautious to move too fast because of my kids, but is this the right way to do it? I took a look and then found my wife was messaging a man for a long time with lots of I love yous and plans for a future together. She claims it's the deepest emotional connection ever. Your wife did not hide her relationship and emotional state, the relationship will be lived in secret. Your wife doesn't want to leave AP. Informed him and sent the message you requested. Communication continues on the second phone or at work. I'm assuming App is his co-worker. Not a direct co-worker, but someone she interacts with in an outside company in her industry. But I agree, this is going to likely continue by another means, which just means it's time to rip the band-aid off. See him one last time. She is really in la la land. I ducking nearly lost it but kept my cool and said I'm not the one who made the choice to destroy this family, so you can either abide by my boundary or leave. She didn't leave. Likely, as someone said, the communication will go underground, but I still have my way to find out. Wife cheated, next steps part 2 update. Hi everyone. I just wanted to quickly give an update. The original thread can be found at the link below. The past few weeks simply have sucked, but it's given me time for a lot of soul searching and thinking. As an update from the previous thread, the wife and I did attend some counseling after the initial confrontation, and I will say this particular counselor has been very good about listening to both of us and not assigning blame or anything like that, and helping to navigate our new reality. She has also helped to uncover some structural issues in our relationship, and while that doesn't at all excuse my wife's behavior, it's helpful at least knowing for a future relationship and not repeating the same mistakes. As also mentioned in the thread, my wife's initial reaction to my boundary to cut off contact with the AP appeared to go unheeded, and I did catch some small messages between them before she completely went dark with her chat logs/phone. After seeing that, I decided to file and she was served a few days ago, and in parallel, I decided to have a heart-to-heart with my Phil as we are super close and I needed to prioritize this support for our kids versus our relationship, as I could see my wife wanted to sweep this under a rug. Needless to say, my wife was initially extremely upset, her fantasy was blown up, but our therapist did talk it through with her from my point of view on why this needed to happen, and I think she is starting to realize the consequence of her actions and start to see there are real things that are going to be lost. From here on out, I'm just trying to process the new life ahead and the huge change in my identity from a husband/father to something else. Same with her. I will say, since I filed, my wife was immediately shocked when I dropped that on her, and she has been very emotional these past few days. I honestly think she thought I would never be able to walk away. I have kept her at arm's length, but I have seen a distinct change in her, and on a positive note, we have talked more, kept our conversations civil and focused on our shared priorities, children mostly. I've made it very clear to her that she left a huge wound on me and that she has to do the heavy lifting to help repair and give me space and time if I can ever begin to forgive. I'll say it again and again, her actions are the most selfish, self-centered, horrible thing you could do to a person, but I have not lost sight that we still need to raise our children, and that is my focus point as I navigate how I will move to the next phase of my personal happiness. I wanted to thank everyone for the previous comments and insight. I am honestly proud that I found the strength to not wallow in self-pity, anger or sadness, and was able to make the right moves to retain my dignity and look forward to a bright future. I honestly don't know all the next moves and my feelings are constantly in flux, but I am starting to feel some inner peace. Thank you all again. I am very dry and proud of your progress. You stuck it out and exhausted that route. Yes, she was deep in the affair fog, but she not only broke your boundaries but also your heart when she told you he was the deepest emotional connection she had. My only advice to you is that you stay this course at least until divorce. Afterwards, if you want to reconcile and you feel it's the right path, then go ahead, but if you don't divorce her and take her back, she and your children will understand that there are some actions that don't have consequences. Again, well done, we are all very proud of you. Thank you. I have no desire to reconcile, it's full speed ahead. I lost all my trust for this woman and she continues to peddle the idea that our marriage went so wrong and no remorse for her actions. Full speed ahead, and I hope she is prepared to live with her choices. So make sure you speed this up while she's in the affair fog to help you in the divorce, cause you're a catch and a half and she knows it even if she doesn't show it right now. She will though as soon as you've moved on to bigger and better ventures. Well done again. Wife cheated, next steps part 3 affair fog edition advice. Hi everyone. I posted recently about my experience. Many thanks to the replies and DMs to help get me through it, and I'm well on my way and I'm feeling good lately. The original post is below and there is another post talking about my decision to serve my STBXW, we'll link later. Anyways, I am in the post-serving part and working closely with my counsel. What I'm looking for is if any BS here took advantage of the affair fog to get better divorce terms and how you pulled it off. My STBXW is clearly deep in the fog, still seeing/contacting AP, which at the moment I haven't bothered her since it's a good distraction. What did people get agreements on that were unexpected? Any advice is greatly appreciated on how to move through this phase, and also to keep her off balance is also helpful. Besides Grey Rock and 180, I have been going out much more unexpectedly and not divulging details of my activity. You draw up what looks to be the most advantageous agreement possible, show it to your lawyer and get them to make it realistic, but still very much to your advantage, and dangle the "let's do this quick so you can be with honey buns and I'll be out of your hairline" to her. Kind of my thinking. I'm happy to get out of the way so ol' schmoopy pie and you can live happily ever after. I know a few posters have done this. The spouse is so deep in the fog they pushed the divorce quickly so they could not pay little or no alimony based on the earnings. Some said they would have had to pay a ton more money if the other spouse would have been out of the fog. Don't look at this as a bad thing. The spouse who committed adultery made their bed. You just were looking out for you. I'm very proud of you, man. Even through something that painful, you kept your mind and goals on your kids as you are supposed to. They are your next motivation as well as finding your own happiness. You can keep her off balance by showing you mean business and being the actual adult. By constantly thinking of your kids first above all else. And showing that even without her there you can hold your ground and keep a calm, smart mindset. You've basically been doing that from the beginning. I have no doubt she is gonna be pissed that you became an even better person. I'm pretty sure she was hoping you'd be on your knees depressed. You got this, man. All of us are rooting here for you. I think what matters most is to figure out what a perfect divorce outcome would look like for you. Then you add another bit more on it, so that it becomes nearly unrealistic to achieve, and then you have the ground on which you can start your negotiations with her. Since you added more to your list of demands than you actually want, you have some room to give in here and there, to give her the feeling that you are willing to negotiate, but each time you do that, you only do that after a lot of back and forth, showing her that if she wants to negotiate with you, that it takes a lot of time that she can't spend with her lover, and that it will take a good amount of time until you can come to agreement and when she is free for her lover. Have you contacted the AP's wife yet, if he is married, and do they work together? Doing that at this point would kinda blow the op's whole plan out of the water. Silence is golden. He's already confronted his wife and tried setting boundaries. AP is not married, twice divorced. No, they do not work together at the same company. At this point I'm not getting involved or saying anything. They can have their sneaky affair. Nothing to add, but sorry, man. You deserved better. You seem to be handling this like a champ. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.